This week marks the 100-year anniversary of the end of the Battle of Passchendaele, where hundreds of Kent soldiers died. Thousands more were killed throughout the First World War, and a new app from the Kent in World War I project looks to highlight key sites across the county in the conflict. Now, a new sculpture has been unveiled in Tonbridge that pays tribute to the local women who played a vital role in the war effort. Pam Mills has been involved in the sculpture and joins me now. So, Pam, tell us a little bit about the lady that inspired the sculpture.
Okay, this is Margaret Weights, and during the First World War she joined the First Aid Nurse and Yeomanry, and she was from Tonbridge, and she took her horse, Jess, and along with her comrades went across to France and Belgium, initially to look at giving first aid, but she was also trained in signals and cavalry. And what happened, she got posted to sort of a front line situation, and her two colleagues actually gave first aid to those on the front line. The commanding officer at the time asked her to come back, or asked her and her two colleagues to come back, and it was far too dangerous. And they refused. They said that they had a job to do, and they successfully brought people back on stretchers and took them back to clearing stations. And the King of Belgium recognised this and awarded her and her two colleagues the Order of Leopold II, which is equivalent to a damehood. And during the research that I did for World War I uncovered this. And
why did you choose to do it?
Well, it's been a passion of mine to look at social aspects of World War I. And when I uncovered the peace celebration programme, I saw Margaret Weights' name on it. And her, and along with all the men, it just appeared to me that she didn't get much of a write-up. She wasn't really remembered. And not only wasn't she remembered, there was thousands of other women that took part in the war effort that haven't been remembered.
And there was a lovely story behind her meeting her husband as well, wasn't there?
Well, yes. After the Siege of Antwerp in October 1914, Tonbridge received 47 injured Belgian soldiers. Now, Tonbridge, you must remember, was only one of 200 stops for the ambulance train. So these 47 Belgian soldiers were delivered to Tonbridge and distributed to the local VAD hospital. And this is where Margaret Weights' mother worked as part of the VAD. Now, after Louis Delvine had recovered from his injuries, he was sent for convalescent, and Margaret's mother agreed that he could convalesce on her farm. And Margaret came home on leave, and there was Louis, and they met and fell in love, and subsequently married.
And you've since met some of their relatives, haven't you?
Oh, absolutely amazing family, yeah. Margaret's granddaughter, Sarah, still lives on Poston Farm, where Margaret lived in World War I. She still lives in the family estate, which is really lovely. The other grandchildren are spread far and wide, but I've met them also. They came over and had some really interesting discussions. This woman's amazing. It's just, I'm shocked at how her story has been overlooked.
And tell us a little bit about the sculpture itself.
Well, the sculpture in Tonbridge, as we can see, is three women. This is symbolic of the three ladies that were on the front line, so Margaret and her two colleagues. This poppy one here symbolises Margaret, and we can see that there's a red cross, so it symbolises nurses. So the three sculptures are placed in the grounds of Tonbridge Castle, and they're going to be there until the end of November. And what inspired me to do this is actually the fact that they're faceless. And it carries on from the fact that we don't know much about these women that took part in World War I. So they're faceless. So they're the faceless heroines of World War I. And loads of people have come up to see them, and I'm just so proud of the partnership approach that I had with Hillview School. When I took the idea to them, when I took the vision, it was just an immediate, okay, this is a go, this is a really good idea. And it's so poignant that the girls from Hillview School took part in making sculptures, you know, to represent these women that should have been remembered a long time ago, really.
Pam, thank you very much indeed.
Absolute pleasure.